Let's talk about some tendencies to develop habits. People are creatures of habit, and that knowledge can be used to convert visitors into customers. If you pay close attention to when people are triggered to open their wallets, then you can use the same dynamic to develop a strategy to have it work for your sales efforts. Understanding triggers that produce sales is one effective way to develop strategies that can work over a large cross section of people. In the next many weeks, we will discuss a variety of different techniques to mine your traffic or your leads for sales, explaining what works, the psychological impact of the strategy, and even the how to implement for the best timing and results. The first strategy we will discuss exploits people's tendencies to develop habits and use that to create sales that get bigger and bigger as they become more involved with you. So let's talk about the strategic plan. For a habit to work for you, it has to produce the close of a sale, call to action. For instance, if you've been to a deli, you'll see how this strategy works to make additional sales. You go and you order a half a pound of lunch meat, doesn't matter which. Odds are that they will cut up more than you need, never less. And then when they weigh it, they'll ask, "Is that okay, or do you want me to take off some?" Since you already committed to the order of half a pound of lunch meat, you'll seem cheap trying to get out of the extra, so most of the time you'll let it go and pay for the extra. Not only that, but when they hand you the lunch meat, they ask, "Is there anything else I can get for you?" And since you've already purchased one item, you are more inclined to purchase another. This strategy works because you are already committed to a purchase, no matter how small, and asking for something on top, taking advantage of the groove you've already slipped into. It may not seem like a lot of extra money going into your pocket, but if you do this to every single sales prospect you encounter, the multiple effect can line your pockets quite nicely. This strategy works okay with retail sales, but it is dynamite with direct sales on the internet. The key is to get your visitor to commit to a small sale first, and then before they check it out, ask them if they want something extra. You will be surprised how fast your orders tend to grow after that. So let's talk about the psychological triggers. The biggest resistance people tend to have when closing a sale is just the simple act of saying yes. Once that obstacle is circumvented, it becomes much easier to make the sale larger out of pure inertia. Once people are already walking in a specific direction, it takes more effort and attention to change directions than it does to just keep going the way you're already heading. Some people like to call it consistency in action, but it's also about habitual action. Psychologists say that it only takes so much time to create a habit, but it can take more than 21 days to break it, and it takes a concerted effort to do so. People generally don't pay attention to their habits, and that's why when you identify a trigger, it is easy to exploit it to your benefit. You are actually setting the course without making it obvious to your sales prospect. The minute they agree to even a tiny purchase, you have set the momentum to generate even larger sales, if not immediately, at least down the road. So let's talk about how to implement effectively. The trick here is to make the first purchase as simple and as easy as possible. It doesn't even have to be a major purchase. You aren't trying to score a huge sale. You are trying to involve your sales prospect in your business at this point. There's plenty of time to expand their sales later. So make that first sale as easy and as painless as possible. This works beautifully in the online model by having a very simple and cheap offer on your homepage. It can be anything really, as long as it is a simple process and can produce an immediate effect. Reports and media downloads make very good initial sales because you can sell them cheap in mass quantities, and you can also deliver it electronically for an immediate effect. You have a checkbox to put them on an email or newsletter list to help you capture their email and allow you to market them for more products later. With a little research, you can find out what products your customers bought after they bought your initial lead sale package. Then you can target new customers with that as it's already proven to be a winner. This can lead to larger sales down the road. However, if you want to implement this strategy immediately, it takes a little more finesse. In the retail face-to-face world, you would simply do like the deli clerk and offer another product to add to someone's checkout. New home construction companies do this all the time by calling them upgrades. You sign for a basic unit, and then they start asking you if you want to upgrade the countertops with marble, put in hardwood floors instead of carpet, and so on and so on. Pretty soon, the price you committed to buying comes out to an exorbitant amount with all the additional things you've consented to buy. And should you decide you don't have enough money for everything you want, you're stuck with the difficult decision to figure out what you can cut out of your home package. Obviously, the answer is that it's just too difficult to decide what features or options you don't want. Instead, it's much easier to charge it. That's why stores also make their payment options as simple and easy as possible. The more payment options you have, the easier it is to close a sale and overrule any objection on a lack of money. Some stores even ante up the ease of purchase by offering their own in-house financing. These financing offers usually start fairly low and come with very little risk on the part of the store, but it can help to convert sales prospects into bona fide customers. At any rate, to implement this at the end of a small sale, all you simply have to do is ask, almost as an afterthought, oh, do you want to include this XYZ offer too? It can be very effective if you're doing this face to face and you've already got up to leave and just before departing suddenly realized you forgot to tell them about that extra offer that would go good with this sale. The key is to be subtle. The hard sell only makes people mad if you sign them up for extra offers in sneaky, underhanded ways. Always get the customer's approval clearly before charging them for the sale. This can be done at checkout by simply adding an extra page they click through to get to the checkout, where other offers are left unchecked but can be selected to add to their original purchases. Make it easy for them to move on and don't confuse them, or you'll lose the sale. Another effective way to implement this technique, which we've talked about before, is called a OTO, or a one-time offer. This requires special software that presents the additional products after the first one is purchased but not yet delivered. In this scenario, instead of a download or thank you page, you are delivered to a page which says, "Thank you for your order." Now, because you've just purchased product XYZ, we have a special offer for you, and don't close this page because you will lose that offer once you do. In other words, you will never have another chance to take advantage of this offer. Then you make an offer for another, usually complimentary products at a discount price. This add-on sale always increases your overall sales, and many people report that up to 50% or more take the OTO. So imagine you sell the main product for 27 bucks and then offer the resale rights to a product as an OTO for an additional 27 bucks, normally $47. So instead of a $27 sale, you've now made a $54 sale. Why not, if it's a digital product, offer the resale rights for $50 up front instead? Because testing has shown that you'll get a lot more sales with the OTO than asking for the $54 at the start. You see, they've already bought the $27 product. Now it's just a small extra amount, and that is more likely to get accepted. So let's say you make 100 sales at 27 bucks, that's $2,700. With the OTO, you make an additional $1,350 for the total sales of just a little over $4,000, assuming a 50% OTO rate. You can also do the same by offering a complementary product instead of the resale rate. You can offer the OTO at a higher price, call an upsell, or at a lower price called a downsell. To get your OTO offer to truly appear once and only once, you'll need special software. There are a couple ways to do this. You could hire a programmer for this and or just outsource it to sites like Elance, freelancer.com, Fiverr, etc., etc. So let's talk about timing the strategy. There are several different times when this strategy is effective. You can set it up immediately so that a very simple offer is made available on the homepage. Make sure to change this offer for repeat visitors. The idea is to start to form a habit by having someone be tempted to buy a small item immediately. So that's the first time you want to try to slip your visitors into a buying groove. The second time to use it is after they've already committed to buying a small item and they are checking out. This can be done automatically using software that adds a footer with additional items that might interest your buyer, or an additional page to move through to get to the final checkout. So this is an excellent strategy on how to move your client quickly from an initial sell to an upsell to another upsell through the process. So you can take this buying habit, right, and really use the buying habit itself as a way to create more clients and or go back to your current client base and prosper off of their tendency to develop habits. All right, hope this was helpful, and we'll see you in the next video.